Hello everyone, and welcome back to Carl is on it. Today, well, not really today, but in a future video I'm going to be spraying calipers gold, putting bigger spacers on so that the wheels come out much more. Also, these cars are absolutely filthy, so we're focusing solely on the Ford Ka because we need to get it sold, because I'm going to reveal to you guys my dream car in the future. It's going to come on in another video. So right now you can see all the dirt, all the mess. Literally just cleaned these cars a week ago, so you can already see how caked up it is from the dirt and the sand. And we're going to basically give these cars a complete detail. Following video will be on the Mercedes another time, but right now let's focus on the Ford Ka. Let's go. Now, upon opening the boot, you can see the car sat for a while, so a lot of moss and algae is built up. So we're going to give it the full ONIT Autos treatment. Not sure what happened around here, but we're basically going to give this a touch up and need to remove the algae as well. So let's go. Now, people don't really clean these areas because people don't really see them, but for me, I like to keep it clean just so I have peace of mind when I come to sell the car. Now, a bit of a spoiler alert, you can already see the LED lights have already been installed. So this part was done afterwards because I wanted to clean after I finished putting all the lights and removing all like the bits and bobs that came with the packaging. So, all done. Right, so the engine is now looking filthy. It's been 47,000 miles, nothing's ever received a detail clean before. So we again gonna give it that ONIT Autos treatment. So first of all, I covered any terminals or any areas I don't want water to get to. It started with the steam cleaner. Right, so now the next thing I'm going to do is going to turn the ignition on. Now there is some LED lights which I'm going to show you how I'm installing that. So this is like a forward bit before I'm going back. So I'm turning the lights on because there was actually a light that appeared in the dashboard which said that the bulb was out. Well, it didn't really say, it just was a bulb. So then had a look and there you have it. There's the bulb that is missing. It's not really missing, but it's not working compared to the other side. So we're going to replace it. So in order to remove the headlight, we need to remove this screw here. Leave this screw here. Apparently there's one right inside the hinge. We have to open this bit. Let me open it up and I'll show you. In order to get into there, there's a cover that you just remove quickly. And then also there's some screws as well on the sides here. There's one screw there and there's a screw over there as well. So we just need to get those screws out, then we can remove this bit, and then there's a screw right up there to get access to the headlight. It's that bolt right over there, that bolt right there, that's the bolt for the headlight. So we're gonna remove that and get it done. Let's go. So I'm also repairing that area here, the area that was damaged, because you can see here there's a crack there and there's also a crack here. So I'm going to put those together and get them bonded together. So what I'm considering doing is actually to use a heat gun and melt these pieces of plastic so that they'll bond back into shape again, this piece and that piece. So once I get it very hot, I'm going to basically push that in so that way will go into place. So let's give that experiment a go. So you can see that it's actually bonded together. See that? It's stuck on now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen it, put some glue to strengthen it. That way it will lock in place and it'll be a nice connected bond. So let's go and do that. Whilst I'm waiting for this to dry, I've just applied some Gorilla Glue that's going to bond those areas up, so that way it'll be nice and locked in. I would usually paint something like this, but obviously this is not going to be seen. Feels like on the outside bit, then that's when I'll actually do full, filler and everything, but we'll just leave that for that. We just want to make sure it's locked in place so it's not snapped. Whilst that is drying, we're also going to do this area here. I'm just going to touch up the paint here. So I'm going to sand down some of these bits and then touch it in. So without further ado, let's go. Now, so that area has now been repaired. Also, the paint has been touched up as well from the headlight impact, so it looks much more neater now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the whole headlight out, align the whole bumpers together, and then afterwards put everything back together. So let's go. Right, have we solved the issue? Let's put the key in the car and just check that for ourselves. Beautiful, all the lights nice, it worked, wired up. And let's see the lights. The lights are on now. If you guys see that, lights are on. Let's see if we fix the problem. This one goes on, that one's on. And boom, there we have it. That has now been repaired. On to the next thing. Hello everyone, welcome back to Carl is on it. People, today this is going to be a very quick install. We're going to be installing some LED footwell lights. So here is what's in the box. We have got some LED lights here, link in the description where to get them from, and we're going to basically install these and hardwire them into the car. So without further ado, let's go. So testing out the new camera. Oh my goodness, this camera is iPhone 14, 48 megapixels. They were not joking about. So what is inside this box? We've got ourselves LEDs, some zip ties. I believe this is where to download the app, and main deal. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna cut this off and we're gonna hardwire it in. Firstly, let me test it to make sure it works. So let me plug this in to the cigarette lighter, which is right here. This is a 12V port, so guys, there we go, that's now in. Put the key in ignition. I'm just gonna do 2 clicks, test it, see if it switches on, and then hit that, boom, it all works. So that's a good sign. Let's turn this off. So you can already see, people, we've installed a full-on flip-out screen, which is a nice mod. I've not seen any Ford KA with this, so it's quite rare now that this car has this. Put some LED lights, I'm sure customer would like that. And let's go from there. Here's the wires that we got here. So I stripped out this bit when I removed the this piece here, and now you get a positive cable and a negative cable. So we're going to basically put the positive cable directly with this tap-on fuse, connect into that, create that crimped. And then we need to connect this, we need to ground this. This is the ground cable, the negative. I'm going to ground that to the chassis, so I'm going to put it around one of the bolts. I'm going to put it with one of the bolts, like for example, this one right here. I'm going to ground it to that, and that should do the trick. So without further ado, let's go. So we've got that crimped up. So next we're going to put that inside the bolt and get that locked into place. There we go, nice and tight. So I'm just going to do a test fit, make sure it works, and then we go from there. Let's go. So this fuse adapter, right, this bit is the draw side. This is where the power goes out, and the load side is where the power goes in. So what I need to do is test which side is the load and the draw out of these pin connectors. So I believe, if I remember correctly, when I tested it, it was actually the left side is the load and the right side is the draw. No power is coming out from the right side and power is coming out from the left, which means that the load should be coming on this bit. So that means I have to connect it like this essentially. So the load will go on this side, the draw will come out this side. So I'm going to go from that now, but let me double check again and I'll show you guys. So I'm going to try and show you now. So get the positive, connect that into the fuse bit. Negative, I need to touch that onto one of the chassis pieces of chassis, which I will touch from there. That bit where I bolted the wire. So I'm gonna get that onto there. There we go. I need to touch that, and then the other side is gonna touch the other bit. So it's gonna be quite hard to show you guys, but I'll try and figure out a way. 1 second. Now, hopefully you guys can see this. So I'm going to show you now. So I'm going to connect this to chassis. That's on the chassis. Now we're going to test which side is the load and which side is the draw. So that's the draw and that's the load. So the right side is the load, people. The left side is the draw. So all the load needs to go. See that? When it's this bit, it won't work because I'm going to put it in this connector here, because this, you can see these connectors, they don't switch on because the car is off, but these ones are consistently on. So I'm going to connect this back in. I'm going to test it with this one here and see if it works. So we'll go from there. Let's try it now. Let's try it. There we go. So that was for the actual ignition itself. So we don't want to touch that one. I'm going to try the bottom one below it. So the load side now is on the left side. So people, make sure you always double check before you actually take things out. Load side is now actually on the left hand side. So people, what we need to do now is add the original fuse that was from that slot, right, which was a 5 amp. We're going to put that into this section here. So we're going to put the original fuse in that empty section here, and this fuse is the piggyback fuse, the backup fuse, which goes at the back. What you never want to do is put a bigger fuse than the original fuse, otherwise you'll have a problem. So that's just for safety issue, for safety. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape this up, electrical tape this up, this area, electrical tape the wiring here as well, and get it all insulated, and then tuck the wire up from there, and then test it out and see if it works. Let's go. Let's go. And wired up. Just need to tuck away this cable here, which will go right here. Everything else will be tucked away nicely. But first of all, let's test to see if it works. Right, keys ignition, turn it on. And would you look at that? Boom. The car has officially, we have hardwired the LED lights. Now, one thing I want to find out here is, can we turn it off? Oops. By using this power button here. Now you can see the LED lights over on, which is good news. But will they turn off when we press this power button? 3, 2, 1, boom. There we have it, people. So let me wire it all up, make it beautiful, flawless, flush fitment, and get it all tidied up. Let's go. So people, every wire has been put up. Also, this is the final piece, you can see right here. So all the wires have been put up now. You can see they're all tucked under. This one is literally, oh my goodness, I can't even see it. What did I do? That's how clean it is. There we go. Right behind this bit here. So there's the LEDs there. All the wires are out of place, so that's where the main loom is. So when you sit inside, nothing is going to be in the way because it's all tucked away. This bit here, that's where the power is. I can just tuck that once I'm done. You can just tuck that to the corner and it's gone. So I'll show that to the next buyer. So they have LEDs. Right, you know what? Let's just start the car and see for ourselves. Right, keys please. And there we have it. Look at that, people. LED lights all installed. Now, if I want to change these, I just click on that and that will stop that. And if I want to set color like that, look at that, beautiful. Look at that. You can just have a set color. Put them in between as well. Both asymmetrical. All the wires are tucked in. You can't see any wires around because that's how clean the job is. And we also have the flip up screen. Look at the blue and blue matching. Beautiful. Now, the next person who comes to own this car is going to have a very nice and unique Ford Ka. So, let us now go for a drive. So there's different modes you have. So if you hold this mode, right, that actually increases the brightness. Increase the brightness. You see that? You hold that. I think it's got like 5 settings for brightness. You don't want it too bright. Press this to change the color. So you have that for different colors and stuff. So you can have it on, I think that's ambient mode, or yeah. So you have, so every time you click this, it changes color. It's quite nice actually, to be honest. Look at it from here. So that's for different color modes, just by clicking that button. And then if you want music, which I'm going to play in a second, you click on this one here, top one. This is the mode that goes according to beats. So if you want to change it according to the beat, I'm going to switch cameras so I can play my music on Bluetooth and you'll see it play to the beat. Right, let's hit it. This now. Don't go anywhere. Oh, I didn't know these laces are in the dark. Hey. Wow. Now it's gonna go more. Wow, don't go anywhere. Woo! Okay. Turn it up, turn it up. Cheese! People! This is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like and subscribe if you have not already. And people, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace!